Welcome the students of class 8. Welcome to our e-learning class. And today in this e-learning class, today we're going to discuss the social science history. And today's our topic is in search for work. In previous classes, I have already discussed that how colonial rule totally affect the life of tribal people, and in various ways they were deprived and extorted by the merchants, the zamindars, and also the moneylenders, collectively called Diku by them. Okay, so now today we'll discuss that how did they were deprived and then they were forced to migrate from the forest area to another places for their job, okay, for their occupation. So the plight of the tribals who had go far away from their homes in search of work was even worse. Okay, so from the late 19th century, the plantations, the tea plantations also started in India, mainly on the slope of the Himalayan region in Tarai and Duars region, in mainly in West Bengal, Assam and other parts of India, in Nilgiri hills and also in Uttarakhand, those regions. So what happened? So at that time, tribals were reluctant to tribals were recruited in large numbers to work on the tea plantations, okay, and as well as in Jharkhand, lot of people also recruited in the coal mines. And what happened, that they were recruited through contractors in those areas on the tea plantation in Assam and Darjeeling, and as well as on the mines of coal mines of Jharkhand by some contractors. And what happened, these contractors actually they recruited them in a very low wages, okay, and they gave very low wages, and their life was very much full of misery, okay. And also these people also prevented them from returning their home, okay. So today we can also see this type of incidents in Middle East. On some lot of laborers, they migrated to the Middle East for work, and sometimes their recruiters what happened, they actually confiscated all their documents and property, and then what happened, they were not able to come back in their country, okay. So this type of incident also happened at the time when colonial rule was there in India, okay. So this type of incident happened at that time. So what are the effect of these incidents, okay. So in this four way they extorted. Now what are the effect? That lot of rebellions occurred at that time because of this type of misery and sufferings, okay, for the tribal people. So through the 13th and 20th centuries, tribal groups in different parts of the country rebelled against the changes of law, forest law and other laws, and the restrictions on their practices, the new taxes they had to pay, and the exploitation by the traders and moneylenders, okay. So they were become very much angry and rebellious. So lot of rebellions occurred at the time in different parts of India. Look at the board. That first one, that is Kol rebellion. Kol is another tribal tribes. So they rebelled in 1831. Next one, it is the Santhal rebellion. You know that in Jharkhand and Chotanagpur Plateau region, lot of Santhal people, in Bengal also they lived in the western part of Bengal. So they become rebellious in 1855, just before the 2 years of Sepoy mutiny, in the leadership of Sidhu and Kanhu, the two tribal leaders. Next one, the Munda rebellion. You already read about the Birsa Munda. Birsa Munda led this movement from 1895 to 1900 AD. Okay, we'll read in detail about this in next subunit. Fourth, Bastar rebellion, and Bastar rebellion 1910 Bastar in today's Chhattisgarh. Number 5, it is the Worli revolt. It is in 1940 AD in Maharashtra have occurred. Okay, so in this way, all these tribal revolts occurred against the moneylenders, the traders, the zamindars, and the Britishers. Okay, and they were, because they were suppressed by the colonial rule in India. So students, next day we're going to discuss about the next subunit of the Birsa Munda and Munda rebellion. So today up to this, I hope you have understood everything. See you in the next class. Thank you for watching.